Hello. Today I want to talk about just how many reasons there are why I love checkerboards. This is going to be a weird video. So here's the thing. Anybody who's watched my Facebook page knows that I've been obsessed with checkerboards for some time. And there are so many reasons I like checkerboards. You know, black and white are my favorite colors and the perfect balance and harmony. I've wanted to record a video of this for a long time while I'm wearing my checkerboard dress. See, this is my checkerboard dress that I bought myself for my 31st birthday, and I wear it around the house. It's really quite amazing. I don't know, like it's so cool. I mean, it just covers my whole body in checkerboard. And it goes all the way down to below my knees. It's just perfect, and it was only $15. So, I love this checkerboard dress because I love checkerboards. So here's the thing: I have been writing some weird computer programs recently, and I've made several different little attempts at graphics programming. So here's a short little programming rant. Long time ago, I had what I called the CK2D project, and then I tried to turn it three-dimensional. I called it the CK3D project, and that's the thing is, it was very weird. Basically, I was trying to use a single-dimensioned array as a three-dimensional array. I figured out how to do the math of it. And there's a certain formula. I won't go into the details of it. But long story short, I recently dug up that old code and I started this new project I call the BBM project. And that stands for binary bitmap. And the idea was to write C++ programs that could create, could of course create pictures of just black and white pixels. And it works. And of course, the checkerboard is my first obvious thing because what am I going to do? Well, there's only so many things you can do when you're trying to do your own pixel math with, black and white. The checkerboard is the obvious pattern. Of course, it's also possible to do various stripes or stuff like that. And of course, it's theoretically it's possible to do circles like with the ImageMagick library. But first I started out by using the ImageMagick library, which allowed me to make a few animations. There's a few checker roll animations on my YouTube channel and Facebook page. But then I started a new project and I started writing this class in C++. And it's my first time I've actually done object-oriented programming. And I'm still trying to figure out the benefits and the disadvantages of object-oriented programming. And it seems to me that the only difference between using a class to do something with C++ or a language like Java and using regular variables or structures in C, because the C language, even ANSI, the C standard of 1989, supports what are called structures. And you can actually use those in a way similar to classes. However, a struct can't contain functions. So basically, you would write functions that are outside of the struct that operate on those structs. So there's more than one way to do it, and I have some experience using the GMP library, the new multi-precision library, for doing math on really big integers and stuff. I only care about integers. I never use like floating point or weird stuff like that. But basically, I'm obsessed with black and white and integers, and making checkerboards is so simple that even I can write programs that make checkerboards using nothing but either the C standard library or the advanced features of C++. Sometimes make it easier because I like its memory management system with the new and delete operators. But anyway, I don't want to go on forever about programming, but I am very excited about programming because I did some more of that last night. And here's the thing, today is Monday, and I would be working today ordinarily, but I'm not. My hours were cut. People's hours are being cut at Hy-Vee, and sure, I'm worried about losing money, but at the same time, I have been complaining that I don't have enough time to do the things I want to do. And so there's programming, there's music to listen to, there's books for me to read, and my friend keeps sending me games for the Nintendo Switch. It's like, so I have so many things I've been wanting to do and no time to do it. So guess what I'm doing now? Now I'm recording a video while I'm in my checkerboard dress about how much I love checkerboards, and my mom's gone right now. She's gone at Rediscover on Mondays. So this means I can do whatever I want. And how will I choose my priorities of what I want to do? But it's like crazy. So anyway, checkerboards are just amazing. See, checkerboards are great because when you do a checkerboard just right, you have it doesn't matter. All that really matters is if you want an equal number of pixels, of exactly equal number of black and white pixels. It's very simple. You just do a checkerboard that is divisible by 2. So as long as the width and height of the image are a multiple of 2, and if you can divide both the width and height by a certain number so that you have a perfect checkerboard. The classic 8 by 8 checkerboard, which is used in the game checkers and chess. Sometimes I call it a chessboard, sometimes a checkerboard. But anyway, the board games, chess and checkers, are played on the 8 by 8 squares of black and white. And there are 64 squares in total, so there's 32 black ones and 32 white ones. It's perfect. The balance is perfect. It's like, I don't know if anybody else is this nuts about checkerboards as I am. Like, I'm totally obsessed with black and white. And of course, anything black and white I love. I love stripes. I love the zebra pattern. I love polka dots that are black and white. It's like, but basically I'm obsessed with black and white. Black and white are the best colors. And now, I mean, we live in a time like with we have full color cameras and TV. We have color televisions that represent the full range of colors of red, green, and blue light. So I mean, it's amazing the progress that's been made, and yet still, here I am in the year 2019. It is now officially 2019, and I am trying to write programs that generate pictures in these old formats, such as PBM, the portable bitmap format, or XBM, the X bitmap format. And these are actually really old image formats that almost no programs support these days, with a few exceptions. Like, I found this one image viewer called Image Glass that does, and you can also open things in GIMP, and then also I think Image Magic has IM display. There's a few things that actually read these formats, but these formats are brilliant in the fact that they store 1 pixel per bit. It's very interesting. A byte on the computer is 8 bits of zeros and ones. So it's extremely efficient. And what's interesting is the only thing that's smaller than that is PNG files, because they can actually be compressed. But if you were to compress a portable bitmap, a binary file, it would be probably even smaller than a PNG. So it's an extremely efficient way of storing data. But there I go off again on programming. But anyway, that's basically the thing is to understand the geometry of the pixels, to understand, X and Y values of left and right, or up and down. When you understand the math behind that, you can make a checkerboard. But making a checkerboard on paper is also easy. A long time ago, I think I might have even made a video of making a checkerboard in Inkscape, which is not that hard to do because all you have to do is use the rectangle tool. Like, I kid you not, in making a checkerboard in GIMP, in fact, there's actually a filter in GIMP. And now GIMP, if you don't know what GIMP is a basically it's like a free open source version of Photoshop. It doesn't have any code from Photoshop, but people use it to edit images. So you can do pixel art with it. You can do all sorts of weird stuff like blur. You can crop images. You can do a lot of stuff. So I've used GIMP for years, but I also use Inkscape. In fact, all the art from my art books was done using Inkscape. Inkscape is an amazing program, and I was recently helping Pafo with a logo that he was working on, and I don't know if I helped that much, but anyway. But the point is, I was trying to clean up and vectorize an image of one that he had designed in Photoshop, and I actually did pretty good, especially considering that I'd never used curves before. Isn't that weird? Like in all my art, I've never actually used curves. Unless you count circles. I've used the circle tool in Inkscape to make circles and do things, but I've never actually used curves in my art. I don't think so anyway. But the point is I'm obsessed with art, especially checkerboards. I've made so many checkerboard designs in my art because I'm obsessed with it. And I mean, next to the checkerboard with the tessellating squares like this, I would say probably my favorite tessellation of polygons would have to be the triangle tessellation. I love that, where you have the black and white triangles. I know I have some of those in my art books and in my art collection on the computer. But the reason it's still not quite as cool as the checkerboard is because you still end up with kind of an imbalance. You end up, when you do these tessellations, you end up with slightly more black than white or more white than black. Achieving that perfect balance, that harmony, is really hard to do. Only the checkerboard can actually do it. Although you can tessellate regular triangles together, you can tessellate hexagons together, you cannot achieve that same balance that only the checkerboard allows. The checkerboard is like the ultimate pattern ever, and stripes are cool too, but what I like about the checkerboard is that you can rotate any given way, it still looks the same. It's like, oh man, I better shut up before my phone runs out of space, but I just had to record a video about how much I love checkerboards. Like, I think I even wrote I posted on Facebook this weird thing about how much I love checkerboards and all that it represents to me. Like, I'm not normal, and I don't intend to be, but I kid you not. While other people are obsessing over all sorts of other things, their religion and politics and sexuality and all these weird things that other people care about, like sports and cars and stuff too. Here I am thinking about checkerboards and how they're the ultimate pattern. There's nobody else like me. The world can't take another one of me. But anyway, I guess that's all I can say about checkerboards for now. But if I ever feel like talking about checkerboards again, I will record another video. I'm just glad I had some time to record a video. But anyway, life is generally going well right now, and I'm just happy that I have some time off, and I'm also trying to arrange going to Longview and taking computer science. So we'll see what that happens with that. I'm meeting with my voc rehab specialist tomorrow. So if that happens, then maybe, I don't know, because I need to have a career besides just Hy-Vee, because my hours can be cut, like what's been happening recently. Then I don't make money, and we're always poor even when I do get my full hours. So somehow I've got to get rich, because I have plans. I have goals in my life, and I have to be really rich to do the things I want to do. I guess that's all I have to say about that. Bye.